Topic 1. Boeing workers' strike impacting aerospace and defense industries. On June 18, 2015, around 3,200 union members from Boeing's Missouri and Illinois facilities began a strike at midnight. These workers, part of the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, IAM, are involved in the production and maintenance of aircraft and defense systems, including the F-15 and F-A-18 fighter jets. They rejected Boeing's latest contract proposal, demanding a contract that recognizes their families' safety and professionalism. Boeing has prepared contingency plans using non-union workers and warned that a prolonged strike could impact operations, particularly the production of the F-47 fighter jet, which is set to replace the F-22 and is expected to have its first flight between 2025 and 2029. Topic 2. Trump's influence on international trade and economic policy. Former President Donald Trump criticized India for purchasing large quantities of Russian oil and profiting from selling it in the market. He announced plans to significantly raise tariffs on India, pointing out that India primarily buys military equipment from Russia and is one of the largest purchasers of Russian energy alongside China. Trump condemned India's high tariffs and non-monetary trade barriers, warning of a 25% tariff increase and additional penalties. Amid rising tensions with Russia, he also mentioned deploying 2 nuclear submarines. Trump's actions reflect his strong stance on international trade and economic policy, aiming to reduce trade with India while being cautious of relations with Russia. Topic 3. New York Post expands to California, indicating strategic media growth. The New York Post is launching a new newspaper in California as part of its media expansion strategy. The New York Post Media Group announced plans to launch the California Post in early 2025, which will be headquartered in Los Angeles and cover politics, local news, business, entertainment, and sports. The publication aims to maintain the New York Post's traditional conservative perspective while providing serious reporting and witty commentary to California readers. This expansion is seen as a strategic move to strengthen the New York Post's national brand and broaden its presence in the advertising market. The California Post will be available online for free, differentiating itself from subscription-based models like the Los Angeles Times, potentially attracting a larger readership and appealing to advertisers. Topic 4. American Eagle's stock surge following Trump's endorsement. American Eagle Outfitters, AEO, saw a significant stock surge after former President Donald Trump praised actress Sydney Sweeney's advertising campaign for the brand. Following Trump's endorsement, the stock price rose by 23.65% on Monday, closing at $13.28 per share. The ad, featuring the phrase, "Sydney Sweeney has great genes," sparked controversy, with some critics claiming it promotes racial stereotypes. However, Trump praised the ad after learning Sweeney is a Republican, calling it the hottest ad. Despite the stock increase due to Trump's support, the company has withdrawn its annual financial guidance due to ongoing economic uncertainty. Topic 5. China's electric vehicle market growth and price stabilization efforts. China's electric vehicle (EV) market is facing threats to economic growth due to overproduction and price-cutting competition. The Chinese government is urging the EV industry to halt price reductions and adjust production to curb this decentralization phenomenon. President Xi Jinping criticized local governments for excessive investments in artificial intelligence, computing power, and new energy vehicles, warning of the risks of overheating in these strategic industries. Major Chinese automakers have been warned about overproduction, and the government has promised supply-side reductions. Amid fierce competition, consumers expect lower prices, prompting companies to significantly cut prices to gain market dominance. For instance, BYD,